Second,
he doesn't talk about the outcome. Isn't that instructive? Is that he leaves out that part about life expectancy because he does not want to talk about the outcome. Now let's see how the audience responded. Let's scroll down.
What's going on, you guys? Today we have Emma Vigeland. She is chewing Ben Shapiro up and spitting him out. She's ripping on Ben Shapiro and he's getting roasted by his own fans. She decides to get in on it and have some fun. Let's watch.
graphs like this could convince you that actually the private health insurance system in America is all hunky-dory. That is only going to work on a very small sliver of professional class morons.
Well, we're going to read the comment section in a bit, but I wanted to get to that second graph, and then we'll leave you with that.
You live in Hungary, and you have a significantly lower income, you're going to spend less on your health care. And as your income rises, you're going to spend more on your health care. That is true everywhere. It is true in Norway. It is true in Canada. It is true in Italy. It is true in Spain. It is true everywhere. It is almost a straight line arithmetic correlation here.
Oh my goodness.
That as you make more money, you spend more money on your healthcare, which of course makes sense because you care very deeply about your healthcare. That is not
okay. I'm sorry.
shock.
Actually, just pause it really quickly. You don't even need to take it off the screen. But but the baseline for care in those other countries is that they have some semblance of basic care that people can get. So even if they're spending more because they can when they make more money, that doesn't necessarily mean that we have the same baseline, you idiot.
I went to Paris with somebody who had to spend a night in a hospital for food poisoning, including IVs and stuff like that, and urine tests and stuff like that. We walked out of there paying $0.
All right, keep going.
As it turns out, if you actually correlate healthcare costs with income, what you see is that income rises, so does healthcare costs. Again, not a giant shock. In a rich country, labor costs more.
Oh my God, this is the same thing.
More. The real price of healthcare increases actually slower than incomes in cross-sectional analysis. So as income in the United States increases, so does healthcare price, but slower than income increases in the United States. Not only that, you can see in surgical prices that there is correlation between income and the price of surgery, for example. Because again, as people make more money, they also demand more money as the inputs on labor.
Anyway, whatever.
How stupid do you have to be confused by this?
I want to explain this to Ben Shapiro viewers who may come across this. This argument is the equivalent of saying people who go to McDonald's tend to spend more money on hamburgers. Yeah. Like, it is literally the argument. Yeah, if you go to the doctor, you're going to be someone who spends more money on medical care.
That's a great point.
If you go to the doctor, though, you also
So right here we have Emma Vigeland tearing him apart. Her and her crew, they're more or less breaking down his argument to where it doesn't even make sense. He's wanting to talk about the United Healthcare incident with the CEO, and he's just saying how we have it better than most countries. And the truth of the matter is that we do not. And so he has to bring up all of these different graphs, all of these different numbers to try to even trick himself into believing it. Emma Vigeland is not having it.
Tend to be someone who's wealthier because you have the time and money to know that, oh, this trip to the doctor is probably going to cost me something, because even if I'm covered, I still got to put out of my pocket whatever it is. Maybe your deductible, maybe you just got to pay for whatever's not covered, which sometimes is the medications or the treatment. Yeah, the more money you make, the more money you will spend on healthcare, because in the first place, you are seeking out medical care more often or more frequently in general.
Like the 20 million uninsured aren't included seemingly in this pool, by the way, or I'm not necessarily sure what this data is. It doesn't necessarily matter.
No, American health insurance is expensive and a lot is spent on it. That's actually the problem. That's actually that's half of the citation that Luigi cited. We pay the most, Ben. We know that. The outcome is the problem. That we're fucking 42nd.
He doesn't talk about the outcome. Isn't that instructive? Is that he leaves out that part about life expectancy because he does not want to talk about the outcome. Now let's see how the audience responded. Let's scroll down, because maybe this is better. He was getting roasted in his comment section last time he tackled this video. Here we go. My insurance denied our claim when my third child was born. It wasn't a mistake. We fought them for months over it because they finally agreed to pay.
But look at these graphs.
Ben saying Bill is disconnected from audience is insanely ironic. The right and left agree on this issue. The healthcare system is broken. We, the regular people, are the ones suffering, not millionaires. I feel like I'm being gaslit. He's suggesting the CEO of the biggest health insurance company in the U.S. has zero effect on anything around him. Invite Bill on your show, I dare you. It's absolutely rich when Ben says things like, just because you had a bad experience with a health insurance company, and having a bad experience with a health insurance company isn't like when a barista messes up your morning coffee and you hope to get a better one tomorrow. These bad experiences result in people losing their loved ones and being denied prolonged life-saving medication and procedures. Coverage for my husband's asthma inhaler was denied this month for the first time ever. He's had the same prescription for 25 plus years. This is a rich guy trying to say insurance companies are justified charging you thousands of dollars for a hospital visit. Yep. I agree with Bill Burr. I mean, you can go on and on and on and on in this country.
And I love Emma Vigeland for this. You know, no one is agreeing with you, Ben Shapiro. Nobody wants to spend millions or thousands, you know, however much on healthcare. That is not what is going on. That's not right. That's not right. These insurance companies are screwing everyone, Ben Shapiro. Why are you sticking up for them? It's a little shady. Emma Vigeland is awesome for calling this out.
Comment section. Do you want to just play the part with the Bill Burr, the clickbait part that he shoved in right before an ad read? It's a little funny. Because again, as we mentioned, we played the other day, Bill Burr was talking, you know, saying, people get it. These health insurance CEOs are crooks. This is how he shoehorned that in there for the views he coveted.
Oh, this brings us to Bill Burr. So I have to say, Bill Burr Bill Burr, I used to really enjoy his work. I mean, on occasion, I still enjoy his work. He's a comedian, which means he's very hit or miss.
I'm sure.
His Red Rock special, for example, hilarious.
Thrilled
I used to be, I'm such a Bill Burr fan that I actually bought a ticket for me and my wife and two of our friends to go see Bill Burr at the Hard Rock Casino down here in Hollywood, Florida. And I have to say, it was one of the worst shows I ever saw in my life. Because he got up there, and Bill Burr has become woked. He has become woked, I assume, because
we got him,
his
guys.
wife is very much on the left.
Don't you mean
over time, I think he became embarrassed that many people on the right thought he was very funny. And so he decided that he was going to start woking it up. Well, Bill Burr is a disappointment, sort of like incognito mode on your computer, because they keep telling you that everything you do in incognito mode is incognito.
Did you hear that ad read? Bill Burr's in disappointment, kind of like your incognito mode.
Yeah.
Anyway, there you have it. Social conservative fiscal liberal says, if there's one thing conservatives can't stand, it's the performatively woke comedian Bill Burr.
Oh, wait, I was unfamiliar with who Bill Burr's wife, because he claimed that Bill Burr's only woke because of his wife, and then I looked up who his wife is. And
black woman.
His wife's just a black woman. Yeah, I don't know if she's a liberal.
Kind of says it all, doesn't it?
Right.
I don't know if she's like a leftist activist or something, and she puts her politics out there often. But it seems like she's just like
turned him.
A black woman. Yeah, that was it. That's all it took.
We'd have great. Bill Burr would have.
Yeah. So there you guys have it. These guys are hilarious. They are roasting the hell out of Ben Shapiro, which he should be roasted. I mean, like, he's not. He's terrible. He's actually the worst. Look at this dude's eyebrows. Look at look at his eyebrows right now, man. I get that, you know, you want to take care of how you look, and you want to maybe do whatever, wax them, do whatever, but those are just too kept up for someone not to make fun of you, you know. I mean, so they decide to really, he might just bring it on himself. He might actually have like a humiliation kink or fetish or something like that, where he just continually wants to put himself out there to get dunked on. Emma Vigeland and her crew does a great job of dunking on Ben Shapiro time and time again. Shout out to Bill Burr too, great comedian. And yep, it's another day in the progressive way. Let me know what you guys think in the comments.